Right, we're back with our life, and I've just started. I've created my character. Right, summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town begun to bustle. So what do I do now? Skip, auto, save, config, load, log, menu, or quit. Do I skip? Nothing happened. It was a popular tourist destination with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer, your mums didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighbourhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mum called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. Right, I've got to choose one of these options. So you didn't really get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. Or you ended up saying hi to a lot of different people, since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. Or you were too anxious to say hi back to most of the other residents that greeted you, but they all knew you well enough to expect that. Okay, I'm gonna base it on my own personality and my own issues. So I'm gonna go with the you were too anxious. Okay, they still smiled at you anyway, and that made you feel a little more comfortable. That's nice. But today there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. Okay. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that the people who you didn't recognize really, really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your mums called it. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your mums had a talk with you and your big sister, Lizzie, about this kind of situation before. Okay, another option I've got to choose. So you hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be okay to talk to new people. They mention that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite then. Okay, I'm going to do this middle one. They mention that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You weren't sure about this man yet. Still, you feel a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. Ooh, why is he doing that? But you were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what was going on. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered, okay? I'm actually quite interested. Why is this man stood in my doorway? So I'm going to click this middle one. You slowed down, your eyes remaining fixed on the man. There was a split second where your eyes met, and you knew he was aware he wasn't alone on the street anymore. Hey! You raised your eyebrows at the shout. Did he want something? Is that why he was here? The man stood up and started to make his way towards you. Oh my god. Oh no. Alright, that's what option? Not wanting to seem too approachable, you folded your arms and stared. Or, still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. Your whole body was frozen in place as he approached. Okay, I'm not gonna be overly friendly because who the hell is he and why is he like on my doorstep? So I'm gonna do this top one. So, do you live around here? What's your name? Okay. You looked the man up and down, taking in his tanned skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Okay, what do I pick? Yeah, I live here. I live right here. My name is Sheila. You continue to say nothing. Okay, I'm not going to be overly rude. I'm just going to put, yeah, I live here. That's great. Right, yeah, what do you want? He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. Is he giving me money? What? He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. I'm not taking that. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him.
Well,
could you do me a favour? Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have. Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name is Cove, who's about your age. Cove. That seems like a strange name for an actual living person to you. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. Furry. You thought that was pretty cool. I probably would think this second one, I would think that he was definitely obsessed with water. He wasn't the only person like that in Sunset Bird. Right, so this is Cove's dad. We moved in across the street, see? He gestured towards the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Sheila Bay, right? I met your mums earlier, and they told me you were 8, just like him, so... He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corner. Can you try to be friends with the boy? Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid, you'll like him.
do you mind?
But you've got to keep it a secret too. It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. Okay. You eyed the man. You kind of felt sorry for Cove. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? I'm going to do this last one. Had your mums done that for you and Lizzie? The thought made you frown. Alright, Cove's dad. What'd you say? Want to make a deal? You took the bill. You didn't want the money. You ran away. I'm not taking the money. No, thank you. Sorry. He deflated enough to notice, but not completely.
Are you sure?
Cove's dad. Are you sure? It won't be so bad. Even if it's just for the summer, that'd be enough. That only made this sound more strange to you. Why does it lasting for the summer matter? When it was clear his initial strategy wasn't going to fly, he tucked the bill into a back pocket and changed the request. I get it, you don't have to. Would you be comfortable with he and I coming by for a normal visit? No money involved? Okay, I've got a lot of options here. Yeah, I want to meet him. Okay, you can do that. I guess. You'd have to ask my mums. You didn't answer the man. Okay, you have to ask my mummies. His smile got bigger again. His eyes crinkled at the sides. Cove's dad. Of course, they invited us over earlier, but I'd like to ask you too. Then I guess you can. It's Cove's dad. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbours today, but... Well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Sure thing, I can try. Okay, I'll put I can try. You nodded, not totally certain that you'd find Cove, but willing to look. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head, paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Your mums are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. He seems friendly enough. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought he might come back, and that's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Sheila. So much. Okay. He jogged off down the street without another word. And you decided to check the hills behind your house. Okay, checking the hills. Step 1, first sight. Okay, well I'm going to end this video here, and the next video will be step 2, I guess. So thank you if you watched this far.